Thinking about buying the Yamaha YDP-165 digital piano, you're probably seeing tons of glowing reviews and that tempting 4.7-star rating. I was too. But before you spend $1,500, you need to hear the problems nobody is talking about. I'm going to give you the brutally honest review that could save you from serious buyer's remorse. Therefore, stick around. For the best price, click the link in the description. The hook here is this is Yamaha's Arius model, promising a premium home piano experience with concert-grand sound. But here's what surprised me. After months of testing, I found some critical flaws that make me say, don't buy. At least not until you've considered these deal-breaking issues. So, is the YDP-165 a masterpiece or a minefield? Let's dive in. Act 1. The grand illusion: first impressions and major flaws. You unbox this thing and it looks stunning. It has the furniture-style cabinet, the 3 pedals, the elegant finish. You power it on, hit those synthetic ivory key tops, and the initial sound from that CFX stereo sampling is impressive. It feels like you just bought a slice of a concert hall. But there's always a but. The first major problem isn't about sound or feel, it's about the core experience. The built-in speakers. For a piano at this price point, they are surprisingly underwhelming. The sound can feel boxed in, lacking the acoustic resonance and depth you'd expect. It's like having a world-class chef cook you a steak, then serving it on a paper plate. The VRM Lite technology tries to model string resonance, which is cool in theory, but through the speakers, it often gets lost. Therefore, you're almost forced into using headphones to get the rich, powerful sound Yamaha advertises. And that's a huge caveat if you want to fill a room with music. Speaking of headphones, that's a feature they heavily promote. And yes, with a good pair, the sound transforms. The virtual resonance modeling comes alive, the CFX samples shine. But here's the rehook. What if I told you one of the biggest selling points, the Smart Pianist app, is also one of its most frustrating limitations? This is where the second major problem enters. The app is iOS only. No Android support. If you're an Android user, you just lost access to a huge suite of features. Easy voice selection, song recording, and the cool chord chart analyzer for your music library. You're left fiddling with the tiny, frankly dated-looking control panel on the piano itself. In 2024, that feels like buying a smart TV that only works with iPhones. It's a bizarre exclusion that segments their own audience. Joke number 1. Yamaha must think Android users just play the drums, because we clearly can't handle piano apps. Let's get tactile. The key action uses Yamaha's graded Hammer 3, GH3. It's weighted, it's graded. The synthetic ivory feels nice and absorbs moisture. For a beginner or intermediate player, it's solid. It mimics the feel of an acoustic decently. But for the advancing player or the purist, you might start noticing the graded part feels a bit simplistic. The transition from heavy bass keys to lighter treble keys can feel slightly abrupt, not as smooth as on their more expensive models or a true acoustic. It's a good action, but it's not the endgame action some marketing might suggest. Therefore, if you're a serious student progressing rapidly, you might outgrow this feel faster than you think. Act 2. The deep dive: living with the YDP-165. Let's talk about the furniture. It looks great in pictures, but assembly is a two-person job that will test your relationship if your helper is your significant other. It's not IKEA level frustrating, but it's involved. Once built, it's sturdy, but the cabinet is essentially a big, resonant box for those already underwhelming speakers. On to the voices. The CFX grand piano sound is the star, and it is beautiful. However, the other voices, there are only 10 total, feel like an afterthought. The electric pianos, organs, and strings are usable but not inspiring. This piano screams, I am a piano simulator, not a versatile digital keyboard. Joke number 2. The other voices are like the backup dancers for the CFX Superstar. They're there, but you're not really looking at them. Now, the pedals. They have 3, Sustain, sostenuto, soft. They look authentic and have half-pedaling support, which is fantastic. This is a real pro, but the pedal unit itself can feel a bit light and plasticky underfoot. It doesn't have the solid, weighted resistance of a high-end unit or an acoustic. It works, but it slightly cheapens the furniture feel. Let's rehook with connectivity. What's missing? Audio inputs. You cannot pipe sound from your phone or computer into the piano's speakers. You can only connect headphones or send the piano's sound out. Want to play along with a lesson from your laptop? You'll need external speakers. This is a baffling omission that even cheaper keyboards include. Therefore, the YDP-165 is oddly isolated in your modern digital ecosystem. Act 3. The verdict: who should actually buy this? After all that criticism, you might think I hate this piano. I don't. This is the contrarian snapback. The problems are real, but the core piano experience under specific conditions is also very real. So let's resolve this. Who is the YDP-165 * perfect for? First, the dedicated piano student who practices mainly with headphones. The headphone sound is exceptional, and the silent practice feature is a godsend for apartments. Second, the hobbyist who wants a beautiful furniture piece that feels like a real piano and only cares about acoustic piano sounds. Third, the iOS user who will fully exploit the Smart Pianist app for learning and fun. For these people, the YDP-165 is a fantastic, albeit pricey, option. But who should avoid it? The Android user who wants app integration. The player who needs powerful, room-filling internal speakers for performances. The musician who wants to integrate with a DAW or play other instrument sounds seriously. The person on a tight budget. There are capable options, hundreds less. Joke number 3. Buying this as an Android user is like getting a sports car with a permanently locked glove box. The main ride is great, but you'll always wonder what you're missing. Let's talk value. At $14.99, it sits in a competitive spot. You're paying a premium for the Yamaha name, the CFX sampling, and the furniture design. The problems I've outlined are largely about value for money and convenience flaws, not that it's a bad instrument. The build quality is generally good, the keyboard is reliable, and the flagship piano sound is legit. Therefore, the final decision comes down to your personal checklist. Can you live with the speaker limitations? Are you an iOS household? Do you just want a great digital piano and nothing else? If yes, you'll likely be very happy. Before we finish, joke number 4. Reviewing this piano is like reviewing a famously fussy celebrity chef. Demanding, specific, but when everything aligns perfectly, it can create something magical. My final take. Don't buy the Yamaha YDP-165 if the problems I outlined are deal breakers for you. But do buy the Yamaha YDP-165 if you've heard these issues, tested it or a similar model if you can, and decided its core strengths. The authentic weighted action, the breathtaking CFX sound through headphones, and the elegant home furniture design are exactly what you need. It's not a perfect machine, but for its target audience, it gets the most important things beautifully right. Therefore, make an informed choice. And for the best price on Amazon, where you can check the latest ratings and reviews for yourself, click the link in the description below.